Monday morning. I love Mondays. I really do. I see all these people who are groaning because it's Monday, and I'm like, cool, let's get after it. I really like Mondays. It's the time to start the week. Now, hopefully you've started it before now. I start planning my Mondays on Sunday afternoon so that I'm ready when Monday comes. Nothing like being ready when it's time to begin. So we'll let Facebook gather an audience here and we'll get ready to get started. I want to talk about life on the path this morning. Life on the path. Okay, are you ready? Let's talk about life on the path. Last week I talked about when you have to pivot from your plan to your path. And what do you do when you make that pivot from your plan to the path? And what does life on the path look like? That pivot comes when you thought you knew where you were going to go. You thought you knew how things were going to turn out. You thought you knew where you were headed. And then all of a sudden you discover that life has given you a little bit different twist. And I talked about, the fact that school, I use school as one of the examples of that, and the fact that I taught school for a long time and then I didn't anymore, and now it's been 25 years since I did. And so it's what happens when you make that pivot from your plan to the new path. And where do you go? What do you do? How do you create that life on the path? And so I want to talk about that this morning. I want to give you 3 things that I think can be helpful to you in discovering and developing what life is going to be like on the path. That wasn't the one that you started out with. Good morning, Rick. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, Derek. Those of you who jumped in this morning, I appreciate you being on, whether you're listening live or on the replay. So let's get started here. Let's talk about what happens when you end up on a path that you didn't plan to be on. It wasn't in your plan. It wasn't the thing that you thought you were going to do. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in a slightly different situation and a slightly different opportunity. And what do? So let me give you 3 things. Number 1, that in order to be successful on this path, whatever that path is, number 1, you have to have a purpose. You have to know that you're fulfilling your purpose on that path. That path is leading you to the ultimate fulfillment of your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, you're in trouble. You need to have a full understanding of what your purpose is. You're made for a purpose. You're gifted for a purpose. You're talented for a purpose. You have to discover what that purpose is so that you might be able to fulfill that purpose. I knew that my purpose was to teach. I just knew that. Did that mean I was going to spend the rest of my life in the classroom? No, it didn't. I thought maybe it would, but it didn't. And that's okay. It didn't have to fulfill that way. And I discovered that I could do something different. I didn't have to spend the remainder of my life in the classroom. I could do other things and I could still fulfill that purpose. So the first one is the purpose. And if you don't know what that purpose is, I have been operating from a vision statement for a long time. And my vision statement is 1 page and only 1 page. I have 3 pages here, but there's only 1 page to the vision statement. And the other 3 pages are how do you get to that 1 page. This is explaining the process that you go through in order to get to that 1 page. And so, and what elements need to be in that 1 page. There's 4 things that need to be a part of your vision statement. You need to have a single statement that drives you. You need to have a path that you're going to be on to achieve that statement. I've been using the same vision statement for 25 years. This is because it's become who I am. Everything that I do, I evaluate in the light of this mission statement, this purpose statement, this vision statement, whatever you want to call it. Definite chief aim was what it was called by Napoleon Hill and others. So whatever it is that you call it, that's the thing that you need to have so that you've got clarity about what your purpose is. I'll be glad to give you the worksheets that I have to do that. If you want to do that, just tell me below that you'd like to have a copy of that, and I'll make sure that you get it. The second thing is not only do you have to know what your purpose is, and you have to have clarity in that vision statement, and you know where you're going, you know who you are, and you know where you're going. Number 2, you have to have a passion. You have to do things like you like it. And you have to pursue whatever that thing is that gives you your purpose. You have to pursue it with a passion. You have to. I have a friend who collects the buggies in the parking lot of Walmart. He's always being praised for what a great job that he does. He pursues that with a passion. I'm very proud of him because of what he's able to accomplish. He's had lots of other opportunities. That position has led him to lots of other opportunities. He always comes back to that. because that's his passion. He's passionate about it. Now, you may say, how in the world can somebody be passionate about it? You got to follow him around. Okay? That's the point I'm trying to do. It like you mean it. Do it like it's important to you. I see people all the time jumping in and trying things. If they jump in to try something, what ends up happening is that's not a passion. That's a futile attempt. Let's do things with a passion. Make sure that you pursue things with a passion, because that passion is what makes the difference. All right? So you do it like you have a passion. Now, this is always my test. When people are pursuing something that they say they're passionate about, and then they run into a brick wall and they only see one way to get around it, passion will give you direction. Passion will get you around that wall. Passion will get you over it. It'll get you under it. It'll get you through it, whatever it is, whatever it takes. It'll get you to the next step. And that's the point I want to make, is that you pursue that path with passion. Number one, you pursue it because it's fulfillment of your purpose. Number two, you pursue it because it's your passion. You pursue it passionately. You do it like you mean it. You do it like you love it. You do it like it's important to you. And then the third and final one is perseverance. Some days suck. Just quite honestly, some days suck. Some days I want to take that vision statement and throw it out the window. But you continue. You recognize that, hey, some days are just going to suck. And not every day is going to be roses. And not every day is going to be perfect. And when you run into that wall and you say, man, that just sucks. You know what? You work through it. Because you're on that path that's in the fulfillment of your purpose. You're doing it with a passion. And sometimes you have to apply perseverance. Sometimes you have to say, this sucks, but I'm going to do it anyhow. I don't like doing this. This is the uncomfortable part about this responsibility, and I don't care for it, but I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get it done. One of my favorite books by Brian Tracy is Eat That Frog, and it's do the hard thing, do the thing that you don't really care to do, and do it like you mean it, so that you can get it done and move on. Okay, so 3 things when you're on the path. Number 1, it has to be in fulfillment with your purpose. Number 2, it has to be something that you're pursuing passionately. And number 3, do it with perseverance. Do it with perseverance. Hang in there. Don't be in a hurry to throw in the towel. All right, it's always too soon to quit. And I'm going to give you a little article later that I wrote about throwing in the towel. So we'll talk about that at another time. Thank you for joining me this morning. I appreciate your time and your attention. Thank you, all of you who've joined me, Herman and Rick and Connie and others who've jumped in, Stephen, others that I've seen that have popped in this morning. So thank you for being here. I love you. I look forward to talking to you soon.